Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Two Honks podcast, where we hope in one hand and honk in the other and see which one gets full first. My name is Joe Little. Sitting across from me this evening is Lamar Costin. How are we this evening, Lamar?
I feel pretty good. Doing pretty good here. I feel pretty good about the setup we have here.
Yeah.
In this beautiful, historic downtown Northwest.
Beautiful.
Valley of Darkness.
Yeah. It really is
Portland,
a valley of darkness we got going on these
Homestead.
days.
I'm currently living in.
The sun going down at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I am not a fan.
Yeah.
I feel for people that live in high mountainous areas because the sun goes down even sooner.
Right.
They're losing the sun at like 3.
Well, I remember when I lived at that place on the hill there. Mm-hmm. It was always nighttime for me because when I was drinking a lot, I would get up at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Even in the summer, the sun was setting behind the hills at 6.
Yeah.
That was difficult.
There was not much daylight in your life at that time.
Yeah. But we were getting almost a full minute a day extra light now.
Yeah. It's only up from here.
It's all uphill from here. That's the silver lining.
That's we talked about this once, how people say when you're old, you're over the hill.
Right.
But being over the hill should be the reward because then all you have is a nice descent into death or whatever.
You want to check your brakes. Make sure that you're pumping your brakes.
Yeah.
You don't want to
you don't want to get moving too fast.
Well, your brakes can overheat if you hold them down.
Yeah.
So you want to pump them intermittently and cool them down, and that way maybe even shift to a lower gear.
Yeah.
As you're cruising towards your casket.
Mm-hmm.
I like to shift to like a second or third gear.
Yeah, that's why I'm happy that I'm a manual transmission man.
Uh-huh.
Because the downshifting is crucial to the way that I live my life, especially when I'm tumbling downhill as fast as I am right now with such velocity.
Careening
down a hill.
How are you doing? I often overlook any kind of response and reciprocating that question towards you because I'm so full of myself and pompous attitudes.
I'm doing well.
Okay.
I'm doing very well. I just got my 90-day chip.
That's right.
Even though it's been more than 90 days that I've been sober now.
For people who aren't aware, our new setup is going to AA right before the podcast. So we're fresh off the heels of a session, if you will. Yeah,
a good humbling session.
It was a good one.
I appreciate people's honesty.
Yeah.
That's the thing about AA that everybody kind of overlooks, or at least that I overlooked before I went, is I felt like everybody was just in there kind of kidding themselves about how great their life was now that they were sober.
Right.
But what I realize now is that everybody goes in there and just is brutally honest about what they're going through and what they're dealing with.
Yeah.
Which is very enlightening because it makes you feel like less of an alien on this planet. And honestly, even if you're not an addict or an alcoholic, I feel like everybody should go to at least one AA meeting.
Yeah.
I feel like you could get something out of it.
I think it's different than I thought it would be, and it's kind of interesting.
But there is those meetings that just suck, There's a couple there's every now and then there's a meeting where just like today, nobody wanted to talk.
Yeah, that was kind of frustrating.
There was a lot of awkward silence happening.
I told you I'm often nervous about my number being called.
Yes.
But I'm ready to deliver what I have prepared for my Type 5.
Your Type 5 gets even stronger every time.
At any moment it gets called, I think it'll be better the longer it stews to a certain point.
Yeah.
But if they had called me today, I was ready to roll. I had some heaters I was putting out. And I think that honestly, the meeting would have been better with a little more laughter.
Yeah.
So Maybe next time.
Well, I mean, you were the celebrity of the last meeting.
Yeah.
And I had no problem with it. It was fine.
I kind of stole the show a little bit.
It was totally okay for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care about attention.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, I didn't expect all those flowers to be thrown at me while I was talking.
Yeah.
And all those women taking their shirts off.
Yeah.
Kind of was distracting, I think, for a lot of the people that were listening to what I was saying.
And I mean, I feel like maybe the toplessness was a little bit too much because I feel like that distracts from the sobriety.
For me, it was
a little bit.
I liked it for me.
Yeah.
But I think for everybody else, it might have been distracting.
Yeah.
And inappropriate too.
Yeah.
Also.
I mean, it was good for you. It was very inappropriate for me.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Sometimes you just got to pick yourself up. You got to dust yourself off.
Right.
And you got to just go to the next meeting and be like, I'm doing this for me.
Right. With or without the topless women. And for me, that's not even an issue.
Exactly.
I'm going to be there. So.
Exactly.
It's a perk. It's nice. If they're perky, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's a perk. It is a perk.
It is.
If it's there. If it's not, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to walk out. What am I going to do? Walk out? Oh, there's no topless women at this one.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to go to a different meeting. Like,
nobody wants to just jump up and walk out on the middle of an
petty.
AA meeting. That's rude.
It's petty if you do that just
really
because
rude.
there's no topless women there.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, don't tell them that's why you're leaving.
What did you expect?
Yeah.
What did you expect?
So that's what's going on with our evening. Yeah, I don't know. I've been maxed out since Christmas. Like, I've had 2 4-day weekends back to back.
Yeah.
I've been just straight fucking posted up, chilling in this place.
Yeah.
This is where I entertain. This is where we host the podcast. This is also just where I chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
I watch movies on the wall over here.
All right.
Been hanging out with Sheila, just reading books and such.
Perhaps maybe we should play a movie in the background on one of these episodes. That way everybody can get really the full vibe of what it's like in this beautiful
historic
luxury
vintage apartment complex.
Luxury apartment complex.
It's really something, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really something.
Yeah. Well, that pretty much catches you up with what's going on with me.
Yeah.
I don't know. You've been working out, I'm sure.
It catches you up with me as well.
Yeah.
I'm working on a training block right now.
Okay.
For cycling. There's a couple of local races happening at the International Raceway coming up in May.
Oh shoot.
And I want to do, well at them.
Yeah.
And my legs have been sore all week.
Your gams you've been kicking your gams around a little bit.
I'm kicking the gams around. They're getting there. I'm getting the gams going.
You got to slap them into shape.
Yeah, slap them into shape. We'll see how I do, but
Okay.
I'm prepared to get whooped basically, because that's what happens.
Okay.
Because a lot of people show up and they're like, "Oh, this is an amateur race."
But nobody here's even worked out yet.
I haven't really been working out that much lately.
I've been watching on TV.
But yeah, I was a bike messenger in San Francisco for 15 years, so I guess I'm pretty strong.
20 years ago, I had a mailbag. I delivered newspapers as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people just pitiful.
Do you ever get the sensation, or do you ever think that maybe your brain might be melting? Has that ever happened to you?
I think so.
I'm pretty convinced that my brain might be turning into some kind of a slurry, slow slurry.
I think my brain melts a little bit every time I do this podcast.
Yeah. I feel that way. I feel that way when we're not doing the podcast too. I kind of feel like, and I don't think there's a reason for it. I think maybe it's just like what brains do.
Yeah.
Right.
I think they turn into some sort of slurry, some kind of a substance or a liquid of sorts.
Like a brain stock.
Yeah. After many moons.
Right.
That's why people get things like Alzheimer's,
Okay, it turns into a soup
Alzheimer's,
of some sort.
dementia. It's tragic, of course.
Yeah.
But that's just what happens over time is your brain deteriorates.
Right.
I think if you stay, mostly sober, it'll deteriorate slower,
right,
much more slowly.
That's probably true.
But it's still deteriorating.
Yeah.
I mean, life is a fractal, right? So
Okay.
we're decaying. The earth we're living on is decaying.
Right.
The universe, or the earth we live on that we're a part of, is decaying.
Okay.
The other beings that also are somewhere in this universe that we have not yet contacted are also decaying in some way, shape, and or form.
So you think it's a systemic issue that we are facing as a
Yeah, but we can't
intergalactic species.
we can't stop it. We were made to decay.
So we're really good at that, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
We're actually really good at it.
When we were before we were born, and this is something that Jonathan Richman said at a show that I was at Pickathon. Actually,
Okay. He's a famous philosopher, I'm imagining.
No, he's a musician,
Okay.
but he's a very philosophical
enough.
musician. But he said something. He said before we were born, before we came to Earth, we were angels in heaven, and
Okay.
we did everything perfectly. And the reason we came down to this earth is we got bored. We got bored of being in heaven
Yeah.
and doing everything perfectly. We said, you know what? I want to live an imperfect life, and I want to make mistakes. So we are here to make mistakes. We are here to mess up.
Right.
So if you messed up today, you fulfilled your purpose.
Okay.
Because you're decaying, the earth you're living on is decaying, and the universe, the earth you live on, that's a part of that universe that is also the part of someone else's universe and or galaxy or universe
Right.
is decaying.
So we're all winning.
We're all winning. We're all doing very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good news.
So that's good news.
So
that's
what-
a good thing.
So what you're saying is that for anybody out who's listening that is having trouble in their life and things aren't going the way they want, they can't seem to control everything around them, and everything is going wrong.
Yeah.
That means that they're winning. They're doing the right thing.
It means they're doing it correctly. Yes.
That's good to know. I mean, that really takes a lot of pressure off. That means I've been doing quite well in my life.
Yeah.
My brain melting might mean that I'm like close to achieving the ultimate prize.
The ultimate. Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe the ultimate prize is death. Maybe something really cool happens.
I like to think so.
I like to think so as well.
Yeah.
You know, I plan on it.
I mean, I think before I was born, I was probably having a good time.
Yeah.
Wherever I was.
I think I was probably having a really good time.
And then I got kind of distracted
Yeah.
by all this.
Yeah.
And now I'm on this
How
podcast.
could you not? How could you not get distracted?
I mean,
by
it's
all of this?
so eye-catching.
Yeah.
And you get a couple of handsome guys up here on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just talking about nothing.
It's just gonna explode.
How could you not tune in?
People love it. People love it.
Yeah.
People watch us all the time.
Right.
We're special.
Exactly.
We're very special guys.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good time to mention a couple of sponsors because we got a new one this week.
Right. Yeah, this is pretty exciting.
We'll start with our old one, swordshirts.com.
Sword shirts. Yeah.
Don't get bed swords. I flew so high I soared.
Right.
You know, don't get sword with me.
Yeah. Bed swords is probably my favorite. It's simple, it's short.
Yep, simple, short. Swordshirts.com. They're
just-
funny.
yeah.
They're silly. They're silly shirt. They're just silly.
They're funny guys.
They're just funny guys.
They're pretty funny guys.
And they're good.
it's a good, funny.
And they're good guys over there.
It's good and funny. And they're funny people, and it's a good concept.
Yeah, exactly. And we support them, and that's why they're partners here at the Two Honks podcast.
Right. Exactly.
But the new thing is a brainchild all of our own design.
Yeah, we've created our own product.
We are sponsoring ourselves this time. So everybody remembers tank clips.
Terrible.
Just
Yeah.
disastrous end. But we've
Yeah.
started a company. We've decided to take that company and use it to sponsor our own podcast. And it's called Pocket Privilege.
Check your pocket privilege.
Would you mind explaining pocket privilege to
Yeah.
the audience?
So
here, Lamar?
basically, me and Joe, we're pretty astute people, and we like to use that
Yes.
word a lot. We pay attention to a lot of things. We started to notice that clothing that's traditionally designed for women
Yeah.
either has no pockets,
Yes.
fake pockets, or extremely shallow pockets that you can't even really fit your tips of your
Who's
fingers
supposed to put
What are you going to keep in there? A piece of gum?
a couple of pennies? Who uses pennies anymore?
A gumball, maybe?
I can't even fit my debit card in those pants pockets.
Yeah.
You know?
You can't even fit a baseball card in there.
Yeah.
So we saw that was an issue. And, guys' pockets are ridiculous.
Hence the pocket privilege.
So pocket privilege. It's basically, it clips on
Yeah.
to any pair of pants. If you want to be a total a-hole, you could use these with your existing pockets to expand your pocket privilege.
Yeah.
But this is designed for people without pockets.
Yes, exactly.
So
And if you have pocket privilege and you have pants with large pockets, don't buy the pocket privilege pockets.
don't get the pocket privilege pack because you're taking it away from people that really need it.
Yeah. Give the pocket privilege packs back to the people who need them.
Right.
Okay. Use your own pocket privilege to protect somebody else's pocket privilege, because not everybody has your pocket privilege.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, my wife, I feel for her every single day. She always has her phone,
Right.
and she's constantly losing her phone.
Where are you going to put it?
And it's only because she doesn't have to put the phone. There's no
Right.
pockets. There's no pockets.
It's absolutely ridiculous that nobody's done anything about this.
I mean, we could just design women pants, but we're not women's pants designers. But we do know about clips, and we do know about pockets. We are experts in those fields.
We're pocket people.
So check your pocket privilege. Buy your wife, your girlfriend, your sister, your mother,
Right.
A pair of pocket pack clips,
Yeah.
and they'll clip on to your pants pockets and give you some more pocket privilege.
Right.
You know?
Flip onto your pack of pants, pocket privilege.
Yeah, and we're working on catchy phrases. You know?
Yeah, we're just shooting from the hip here. We literally just came up with this idea. They're rolling off the assembly lines here right now. If you're a man and you already have pocket privilege, don't rush out and ruin this for everybody.
Don't ruin it for any. These are for women.
Buy it for other people that you love, and don't ruin everything for everybody like you always do.
Exactly.
Just check your pocket privilege.
Check
please.
your pocket privilege. Leave the pockets for people who need them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's all we ask. Pocketprivilege.com. Use the code 2honks20 for 20% off. We're going live next month, I think.
Right.
We may have this up by next week, though. I don't know. They're working pretty hard on that website. So,
yeah, we'll see.
Pocketprivilege.com. It's on the way. Very excited to announce
Pretty exciting.
Very excited. Yes.
So, what are your thoughts on Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai.
I wanted to wait enough time because I know everybody's talking about this. Everybody's got something to say.
I don't know enough about it to have an
Really?
opinion.
You don't know what this is?
I've heard it's a tad ridiculous,
Yeah, that's fair to say.
but I have not seen it yet with my own eyes. So
I would say, if for anybody who hasn't seen this show, it's in the same caliber as 90s Baywatch.
okay.
It's so bad that it's almost good.
Okay.
But I guess it's worse though, because it's like cheesier even than Baywatch, if you can imagine such a thing.
Yeah.
These guys, these are the original actors from Karate Kid.
Yeah.
The two main guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Are they like old now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Daniel LaRusso.
And they were like kids when the movie came out.
Right.
Right?
I think they were like, in their early teens. Daniel does the crazy kick at the end with the one broken leg.
Yeah.
And then the other guy's
swan.
name.
You can't
right.
defend against the swan. I remember that.
Pretty cool kick, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember the other guy's name, but basically the show is super cheesy and the kids are some of the worst actors I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But those two guys have not gotten better as actors either.
Really?
Yeah, it's so bad. And also, this is the thing. Season 4 just came out. This thing's been going on for a minute. And
there was that much of a demand?
Yeah, apparently.
For bad acting that they made a 4th season?
I think it's on Netfarts.
Oh, wow.
And the thing about it is, the guy that plays Daniel is the worst adult actor in the show.
Okay.
But it's pretty bad. But the other thing is, he's supposed to be like Mr. Miyagi's student, and he's teaching Mr. Miyagi's dojo styles or whatever.
Okay.
He looks like somebody who's worked behind a desk for like 40 years. He has no muscle. He walks like he's like dragging his body along. Like
Yeah.
It's hard to like describe this with words.
How did they allow him to become the star of a karate show with no muscle on his body?
It's astounding, and I think that's the main reason why I watch the show, because it's so absurd.
Yeah.
And they even have fight scenes with these guys that's choreographed in such a way that it's supposed to look believable.
Yeah.
But he looks like, I don't know, he looks like he'd be selling pants at like a J.C. Penney's or something. You know what I mean? He does not look like the way he carries himself is just kind of like.
I've been in sales for a few years, and you just made me think maybe I should step into pants sales.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of commission you get on pants these days.
What are pants going for these days?
Yeah, what are pants going for?
Yeah.
Maybe he should work at J.C. Penney. Probably sell a lot of pants.
I think he probably does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like somebody in the shirt section goes, "Hey, excuse me, can you help me with this shirt?" No, I'm a pants specialist. Sorry.
Yeah, that's not my specialty.
I cannot help you with a T-shirt. Sorry.
All right, we got to call it. Thanks to the EU.
Thanks to the EU.
We can't go.
We got to cut this in half. We can't pontificate on what we were just talking about.
Yeah, God forbid we talk about pants or David LaRusso or whatever his name is any longer.
But stick around for part 2. This is going to be a doozy.
It's going to be a good one. Here we go.
And we're back.
We are back.
Okay. So, if you're just joining us, we at the Two Honks podcast talk about a wide variety of subjects.
Right.
We're very well-versed gentlemen.
We're both literate humans.
We're literate guys.
Yeah.
We read.
We have a wealth of knowledge.
We're readers. We're big readers here.
Yeah. We like to consume
A couple of honks.
text.
Yeah.
A lot of people consume calories or carbs or chocolate,
Yeah.
We consume knowledge.
Yes.
That's what we do.
That's kind of our mission statement is quest for higher knowledge. So let's dive into it, shall we?
Let's dive right in here. We're back in this beautiful, historic,
beautiful
vintage
luxury, vintage
homestead here,
retro
Valley
apartment.
of Darkness, Portland, Oregon.
Here
we are.
If you could see Lamar's bed right, it's vintage,
This place
it's
is
retro, it's beautiful.
Over 100 years old.
Beautiful luxury apartment.
I just wanted to kind of quickly talk about something that I think everybody can relate to. And that is social media.
Oh, everybody's talking about social media.
And I'm not going to say what you think I'm going to say
doggy.
about social media here.
Yeah.
I just want to say the reason I have trouble interacting with people on social media.
Yeah.
It's not for the other reasons that a lot of people do. I don't get body image issues by flipping through Instagram and all this stuff. I don't spend too much time on Facebook because of trying to keep up with people or whatever.
Yeah.
Trying to stalk somebody or something like that. My issue is actually with the grammar that people use.
Okay.
And here's the problem. I can't correct them. So
all right.
I have a friend who's an acquaintance, really.
So you never type in the comments? You never do an asterisk?
I really want to, but I can't, and I'll explain why. It's
Okay.
like one of the people that I know who does this a lot is a recovering alcoholic and addict.
Oh, okay.
And all they do is post long stories about their process.
Yeah.
And you don't want to pick on somebody's grammar when they're opening their heart like that.
Yeah,
to you.
when they're
But here's the problem: he'll share stuff, and he does the thing that a lot of people do now, where it's like, I couldn't have done anything differently, but he spells it couldn't O-O-F.
Couldn't of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
When in fact it's 3.
Could not have.
It's 3 words.
Anybody who's
could
following
not
along at
have.
home here.
Yes.
It's a contraction. Okay?
Yeah. Did you go to school?
Did you
What do they teach
pay
in school
attention
now?
in school?
It's been a long time since I've been in school.
Could not have.
I had a nightmare the other night that I
Okay.
was back in high school.
Well, that sounds scary.
As a 32-year-old man, I had a dream. They were like, "Oh, you didn't pass a test.
you were grown.
Got to go back in there."
You were grown and you had to go back to school.
It was a terrible dream. It was very embarrassing.
I don't think that would be fun as an older person to go back.
Oh no, especially as a student. I mean, going back as a teacher, you're fulfilling the obligations of your employment, I guess.
You're serving your country.
You're serving your country,
If you're a teacher, you're serving your country, basically.
That's very true.
Because nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, no one.
Nobody wants to go to war with and like kill people.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what you have to do at school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So-
that's what I did in school.
Yeah.
At school, I went to war and killed people.
That's what everybody wants to do at school.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can't comment and say, put the asterisk couldn't have.
Yeah.
But nobody's ever going to do that for this guy
Yeah, exactly.
because all he ever posts about are things that you need to just support, right?
Yeah.
There's another person who, another situation where maybe if I knew this person like really well, I could take them aside
Yeah.
and be like, hey, just so you know, that word isn't what you think it is.
Yeah.
He was posting on Instagram about going through like some of his childhood school papers.
Yeah.
And he was like reading through one of them. He wrote a paper on like psychedelics or something. And his teacher had circled all these words in red. And he like was showing the camera and like reading it. And the word was, it was like how this drug can help with collective conscientiousness. So he wrote collective conscientiousness, and she circled it, and he was like, see, and look, I even put a footnote in here. This is reference from this person. It was like Shulgin or something like that. And of course, Shulgin didn't write collective conscientiousness because Shulgin knows the difference between conscientiousness,
between being conscientious and being consciousness. Yeah.
So
which, as a word, if you say conscious a lot,
yeah,
kind of stops to lose its meaning.
That's kind of a buzzword now, isn't it?
Kind of just turns into a strange word.
Isn't like
sconce,
right?
Or
pediment.
Did you see the sconces?
What
do you think of the pediments and the sconces in my house?
We talked about conscious hip hop and like conscious folk music,
subconscious, transatlantic folk,
progressive
pop,
transatlantic,
subconscious folk pop,
punk pop. I think we've overused that word, so maybe that's where he's coming from because he's also a different generation.
Yeah,
maybe he's just like heard that word so much. Consciousness.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like if you're not going to be conscientious of how to use the word consciousness.
Well, and if you're posting this on social media, are you truly being conscious?
Well, here's what's the saddest part for me, and also because I can't say anything.
Yeah.
To that person, but the saddest thing for me is that teacher, because this is like 15 years later. She tried to explain to him that wasn't the word he thought it was. Yeah. He didn't get it then, and then 10 years later,
refusing to get it now.
He went and showed everybody on his Instagram live why she's a stupid idiot, and he's right, and he should have got the points. Like that poor lady.
So nobody commented. Nobody said anything to this guy.
I don't know him well enough to do it, and I wish that if you have friends out there that you love, you got to tell them what words mean, because that's bad. Yeah. Right?
Well,
or am I just too sensitive, you think?
I think maybe that you are being too sensitive, but I think everybody kind of gets that certain vibe from social media. Because every time I scroll through Instagram, the feeling that I get by the end of it is that I am doing it wrong. I have done it wrong forever and for always, and I am not doing it in the definition of what you think is right, so therefore I am wrong.
You're not scrolling properly?
Well,
is that what you mean?
I'm scrolling properly. Scrolling is the easy part.
Oh, okay.
It's everything else. Mm-hmm. Because social media tells you how to live, right?
Oh, okay.
Because everybody wants to tell you how you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to say.
Control every aspect of your life.
And what you're supposed to do.
Right.
And what you're supposed to believe as well.
That's the fun part.
And as soon as I think that I got it and I'm figuring it out and I do it right, I read somebody's post, turns out I'm wrong.
Okay.
I'm very confused.
So you're finding it more confusing.
Yeah, there's a lot of opinions going out there.
Right.
And everybody, I think the very important thing is that everybody has a very strong opinion about everything.
Right.
And it doesn't matter how much you know or understand about the subject matter. You need to have a strong opinion about it, because if you don't have a strong opinion about
Right.
it, then you're being wishy-washy. And if you're being wishy-washy, you're not telling people that they're doing it wrong. You have to tell them that they're doing it wrong. Otherwise, they won't change the way that they are, because people react to being scalded.
Okay.
People react to being put down and made to feel like shit.
You have to shame them.
You have to shame them.
Yeah.
And that's what the message from social media is. It's an accurate message.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Everybody likes a good shaming.
Everyone loves it.
I was at one just the other night.
And everybody reacts to it so well.
Right.
Everybody reacts to it so well.
People love it.
You never have problems in the comments with people arguing because somebody told somebody else how to live or what to say or what to do.
Exactly.
Nobody ever does that, because shaming people is the best way to get them to understand you.
Yeah.
So just remember that.
That's my favorite part about social media, is that how everybody can in real life not get along, but for some reason on social media, everybody gets along in the comments.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just all very positive.
It's very buddy-buddy. Everybody says positive things to each other. It's all hugs and kisses, because I think really it's because of COVID-19. We can't be out there in the streets hugging and kissing each other anymore.
Yeah.
So we're hugging and kissing each other on the internet.
It's in the comments.
I just love it.
It's in the message boards.
It's in the message
That's
boards.
what the kids are doing these days. They're just making out in the message boards.
Yeah.
I think that's a beautiful thing.
I think it's really beautiful.
Don't you think that's nice?
It's so nice.
Well, there you have it. That's kind of that's my stance on it. I wish that people could be as literate and as well spoken as we are.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's a really realistic.
Yeah, I don't think
proposition.
people have like clear thoughts, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people are just out there.
A lot of brains melting, you know.
They're just wrapped up in the wrong thing, you know.
These kids are getting into drugs.
They're just getting into the wrong things, and they're not thinking very
These kids are not doing what you want them to do.
But, you know, I mean, I think they're going to come around. I think they're going to come to a good conclusion.
Yeah, I think it's going to work out.
I had a come to Jesus moment one of these days.
Did you?
One of those days.
Okay.
You know, 90 days no drinking now. So there we go. 90 days ago. There we go.
That's a pretty big deal.
That was the come to Jesus moment right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
Well, there you have it.
I wanted to just bring up one more thing here before we can change subjects again.
Yes.
It occurred to me now it's a new year, right? That's how time works. We celebrated now another year. Mm-hmm. And it's 2022.
Yeah,
and
because of the way the time works.
Right.
Now the year is a different number.
Because of how time is laid out. Now we have a new number. And from my understanding is that everything's going to change now. Mm-hmm. This is the year that all of the bullshit gets addressed.
Yes.
Finally. And things change.
This is where the train stops here, guys.
Yeah. We've learned a lot from the past. And now we're like...
Yeah.
We're ready to make huge changes and fix everything that's broken.
Yeah.
But wasn't 10 years ago 2012?
Yeah.
Am I remembering wrong? Didn't the world end?
Yeah, the world ended then.
In 2012 it ended, right?
At that time.
Like January 1st.
Yeah.
At New Year's Eve, when it struck 12,
yeah,
that was the end of the world, right?
I
remember very clearly.
I have an audio clip.
Okay.
From 2012.
Yeah.
I think you still have it on your phone.
I do.
I sent you you messaged me in response to it. I sent it to you. Yeah, open up your messenger. There's a sound clip in there.
Is it the video?
Yes.
Okay,
but we just need to play the audio.
Okay, let's see here.
It's on the messenger app.
Oh, right. It's on the other social.
Yeah, because I had to send it through social media.
Right.
Because you have to use social media to discuss.
Should I play this audio here?
Things with people now. Yes, play the audio.
Okay, this is 2012.
I think anybody watching on Instagram Live, I'm sorry, you're probably not going to hear this. Yep. You can hear the people screaming in the background. Yep.
Sounds quite chaotic.
Yeah. Explosions, bombs, people screaming. everybody's gonna die.
And that was you.
That was me.
Were you exclaiming that everybody's dead?
Yeah, I had said everybody's gonna die, and I think shortly after that video ended, everybody died, and we are all dead now.
That's what I thought. And that's maybe why I feel confused that we're still here and celebrating presumably another year.
Well, and here we are. I mean, we just came from a 12-step meeting. I'm on this spiritual journey again, but why? Why?
Didn't we die already?
Is the afterlife designed for more spiritual journeys? Is this never going to end? Is it never going to stop?
Wait, are there alcoholics in the afterlife?
Is there? I think there might be.
So,
is there alcohol in the afterlife?
Well, I hope there's alcohol in the afterlife.
Yeah.
I mean, I would hope that there's all of the vices that we love and consume.
Yeah.
I would hope that there's topless peoples.
Yeah.
But do we also have such strife in the afterlife? Do we still have to go to AA and face our problems in the afterworld?
Do we still have to talk to other people about the issues that we face on a day-to-day basis?
I thought it was all roses and marshmallows.
Yeah, what is it, man? What is it? Why can't we... I wish we could speak with somebody who has seen the great beyond.
Right.
Because I guess there's mediums out there who can speak to spirits that are here on this earthly plane still. But those spirits have not gone to the great beyond, and that's the only reason they're able to speak to them. So maybe we'll never get that window. Maybe we'll never see...
2honkspodcast@gmail.com. If you can speak to the afterworld, go ahead and send us an email.
Let us know.
Get us on the show here.
Also, Satchmo Jones, stop sending us pictures of your poop.
Yeah, we really don't need the poop.
Sick of the poop pictures.
If this is the afterworld that we're living in, and we're still getting...
And we're still getting pictures. It's a kind of a crappy afterworld.
That's a really...
Here we are. The world's been... Everybody's been dead for a decade, and we're still
coming in filing in the inbox.
Yeah, streaming in. They're trying to keep themselves from being silenced, and I think Satchmo Jones has overstepped his bounds, whoever he may be.
Yeah, we're one step away from blocking that email address.
Yeah, exactly.
If we keep getting those.
We're gonna block you, cease and desist you. We do have lawyers, and we know what we're doing. We're basically professionals now. We almost have 50 episodes.
We're getting damn close.
We're getting damn close.
So, do you want to, since we're calling people out, do you want to, a friend of ours, whose girlfriend happened to be listening to our episode?
Oh, yes, I forgot about this.
I don't want to say any names, but
yeah, we can't point out names.
They were listening to the episode, and this person's significant other happened to overhear our conversation of the podcast.
Yeah. He was playing her an episode of this delightful.
What's what you do for people
podcast.
you love. You share beautiful things with them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we do.
Yeah, and we were for one, I'm flattered that this friend of ours would share his love of our podcast with the one that he loves.
Right, beautiful thing.
But the one that he loves did not react positively.
Right,
and that's where I have an issue.
Yeah, she said something along the lines of, "These guys are trying too hard to be funny."
She said we're trying way too hard to be funny.
We're trying too hard to be funny.
But we want to let you know this is not a comedy podcast.
Yeah, this is not a funny podcast.
This isn't a funny joke. We talk about real things here.
Yeah,
we're very educated men. We read.
This is a philosophical, literary, political.
Yeah.
We talk about social media and linguistics.
And none of those things get too specific.
Right.
Because when you get too specific on the internet, people start to butt heads.
Right.
And being specific on the internet, as far as I understand, is not allowed. It's not allowed anymore.
This is not funny to us.
It's not funny stuff. It's not a joke.
So when she said that, she actually got it right, because it looks like we're trying really hard to be funny, because you don't understand this is not a comedy podcast.
Exactly.
This is a spoken word podcast.
We're just trying to reach a new level. We're trying to reach a new plane.
Yeah.
And it's just something that not everybody's going to understand yet. And it's okay. It's fine. You're fine.
It's fine.
You know who you are. You're fine.
It's fine.
But you're gonna understand one of these days. You're gonna understand that this is very serious and this is very real.
Yeah.
And you need to stop being so hard on us, because that's not how.
Yeah. It's not funny when you make fun of us.
Yeah. That's not how we learn.
Right.
That's not the way that we grow. Okay.
We don't need that.
Don't criticize me. Don't tell me that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Support everything that I do.
That's it.
And that's all you have to do.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah. And it's not a joke. It's not silly. It's
Yeah.
not funny.
We don't
okay?
like having fun. We're not fun people.
Yeah, exactly. We're very serious people.
Yeah. I read books for fun.
We read books and we go to Alcoholics Anonymous and we talk about our feelings.
Yeah.
So that's what this is about.
I read historical books for fun.
Yeah.
That's funny to me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
History is the funniest thing.
There's a lot of funny things that happen in history. I read about it.
Exactly. That was delicious hot cocoa.
It's pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it was delicious.
Well, we have made it through another podcast episode about absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We're going to come back here, probably do another one next week.
And before we leave, we just want to let you guys know, we need to remind you, all your friends are gaslighting you. Everybody else is toxic. You're not toxic. Nothing you do is wrong. You don't need help. Everybody else needs help.
Yeah.
That's our message here at the Two Honks podcast. We hope you have a wonderful night.
Yeah.